Yes, people, you know the face, you know the name. Aaron here, back again with another video straight after, the day after the reaction of Man United securing their spot in the knockout phase of the Europa League. I am back with another video. First and foremost, before you do anything, if you want to support this channel, you know what to do. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also leave a comment, man. The comments always help and they boost the algorithm. And trust me, I read all the comments. Sometimes I get involved. Actually, I should be more involved because I want to interact with you guys. Do you know what I mean? So keep doing what you're doing, man. It's road to 15K and we are approaching 14,700. So big up your damn selves, man. Big up everyone that is actively contributing to this channel being what it is today. And I'm just going to check the mic levels. Yeah, everything's okay. You guys can hear me. Okay, cool. Listen, I'm back with another video. Champions League draw. Champions League draw. And listen, it was going off. It was going off. We got some very interesting matchups. And let's just get through them. I'm not going to waste any more time, man. Let's get through them. So the way UEFA explained it is there's a silver side and there's a blue side, right? Depending on what side you're at, or you're on, rather. Obviously, the final is going to be in Munich. Everybody knows that. And yeah, so there's a silver side and there's a blue side. And they have allocated certain teams onto the silver side and the blue side. So let's have a look at the knockout phase playoff draws first. I'm going to talk about some of them, or all of them. I'm going to talk about all of them, and we'll be looking at some of the pros and cons of this team, of these teams rather, and then we'll be looking at the silver and the blue side and discuss which team is on which side and whatnot. Okay, so starting off, we have an all-French tie between Stade Brestois and PSG. Now this, I'm not going to lie, this is going to be straightforward for me. I don't see anything else but a PSG win here. The fact that Stade Brestois play at home first might play a role, and they might have... It's going to be interesting and it's going to be important for Stade Brestois to not take this game as a league game, because if they take this as a league game, there are more chances that they're going to lose this tie. If they fully take this as a Champions League game, they might have a chance. They actually might have a chance at winning this. So all in all, I don't really see anything else but a PSG win, but Stade Brestois can create the surprise because they have some really interesting players. They've got that big centre forward in Ayork who's playing up front. They've got Lys Melu, for those who remember, he used to play in the Premier League for Norwich, who's quite a silky baller, charged with being that creative spark in that midfield. So, something can happen in that midfield, and something that forward can create some problems. But on the other hand, you've got PSG with bags of potential, bags of talent. You've got the likes of Ousmane Dembélé, who's absolutely on fire this season. A hat-trick against Stuttgart in the Premier League. Sorry, not the Premier League. A hat-trick against Stuttgart in their last Champions League game of the league phase. He's been playing really well in Ligue 1 as well. And at 27 years of age, you feel like he finally found his feet, and you feel like there's finally some consistency in there, which has been missing for a very, very long time. Remember, at the start of his 20s, this is what we've been looking for. When he was playing at Barcelona, this is what we were looking for. And at the age of 27, we finally feel like Dembélé has found that consistency. So players like that are going to be very important. And obviously, with the addition of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, that's going to be insane. A ball carrier, a proper ball carrier. If you haven't seen his assist, go and watch his assist in his first game for PSG. I mean, that speaks for itself, and that tells you everything you need to know. So listen, PSG, I think, are going to win this tie. Next up, we have, staying on the silver side, we have Club Brugge against Atalanta. Now, this one is going to be an awkward one because I can see both teams winning it. Club Brugge, especially at home, they're a very difficult side to beat. I mean, Juventus went there, drew. Sporting went there, lost. Aston Villa went there, lost. So they're not some joke team, do you know what I mean? And they deserve to be in these playoff draws. I watched them against City. In fact, I was commentating on the game against City for Club Brugge, and I was commentating on DAZN Canada. And listen, Club Brugge, yes, they sit back, especially away from home. They concede a lot of possession, but they're not afraid to, go on a counter and create some beautiful stuff with the likes of Solis on the wings, with Talbi on the right-hand side, with the likes of Van Aken, who's the captain in the number 10, very silky, tall, lanky baller, but very good touch, very technical. Then they got Jutkla up front. The midfield is solid with Onyedika. So there's something that could be done there, but they're going to be up against a very stubborn Atalanta side. Atalanta, who, in my opinion, is the revelation of this tournament. Not that they're a small team, but they've been surprising people all over the gaff with the likes of Lukman, De Ketelaar, Retegi. Like, they're a very good team. They know each other in and out. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. They know how to play this guy in and play that guy in. So I can see, again, this is another one where I can see Bruges create a surprise, but I'm going to go with Atalanta to go through here. So I'm going to go Atalanta to win this tie. And then the blockbuster matchup for the 4th year in a row. Yeah, I need to prepare myself mentally for this one. Listen, blockbuster. I can't even speak properly. Blockbuster matchup, bro. For the 4th year in a row. Manchester City against Real Madrid. Now, for the first time since 2020, this is going to be different because, like I said, 4 years in a row. But for the first time, it's going to be different because this time it's going to be Haaland versus Mbappe. For the first time since 2020. Remember when PSG knocked out Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, and then they done the Haaland celebration. Everybody done the. Remember that? Do you know what I mean? So listen, it's revenge time for Haaland because last season obviously they lost, and they lost in a cruel fashion as well. It was through penalties. I lie. It was through penalties, and it was a horrible series of penalties for Man City. Horrible. So again, this is one where on paper, Madrid should be the winners, but it's not going to be as straightforward. But I think with the way Man City have been playing, bro, their defense is a massive, massive, massive concern. And listen, they've been playing against the likes of Bruges now, and when I look at some of the goals that they conceded in the past, whether it's in the Prem, whether it's in the Champions League, they concede some pretty cheap goals. Now, when I look at the quality that Real Madrid has up front, I'm really, really worried for Man City. Really worried for City, man, because, bro, you give Vinny, Rodrigo, who's been on fire in these last few games, Mbappe, who scored, 22 GA in all competitions now or something like that, on fire, just came off the back of a hat-trick in La Liga. You give these men an inch of space, bro, they will punish you. They will kill you, and they won't hesitate. They don't have that mercy where, they'll miss a chance. No, they will kill you off without any remorse, bro. So, Vinny, Rodrigo, Mbappe, Bellingham, and then you got Valverde who can let a shot off from 40 yards because he can. Bro, I'm worried for Man City, man. I'm not even going to lie. I'm really worried about Manchester City, and I feel like, because even against Bruges, they qualified by the skin of their teeth. They went down 1-0, and then they had to come back via a Buki solo goal from Kovacic, which we're not used to seeing. Then they had like a weird own goal, and it's only the third goal that you can say, okay, that was a proper goal, kind of Man City-esque. But apart from that, Man City weren't really convincing against Bruges, If anything, Bruges would have deserved a draw from that game. So I'm really concerned about Manchester City, and I don't want to say things too early, but bro, this could look like a spanking, especially at the Bernabeu. I don't know, man. I really don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and say Real Madrid got this tie. Real Madrid are going to beat Manchester City. That's what I'm going to say. And then last but not least, on the silver side, we have Juventus up against PSV. And PSV are coming off the back of that fantastic win at home against Liverpool. And obviously Liverpool had a weakened side. But I was still very impressed with the likes of Bakayoko. I was not surprised, but impressed by the likes of Bakayoko, I was impressed by the likes of Saibari and some really interesting young players that they have in their squad, PSV. And then obviously their manager, Peter Bosz, who I rate as well, if he's still the manager. So it's not going to be straightforward for Juve. And Juve, listen, they're the kings of draws this season, bruv. They have what? I swear they've got like over 15 draws across all competitions, over 13 draws in Serie A. I don't know, man. They've been looking all right, but they haven't been looking good. And that last game against Benfica at home probably tells you everything about their season. Defensively, sometimes they can be good, but it's going forward that I'm really, really worried. Now, obviously, they've added the likes of Randal Kolo Muani from PSG, which has added something new, added something, a fresh flavor, and it's something different to the likes of Vlahovic, to the likes of Gonzalez, to the likes of Conceição. To the likes of Yildiz. So I don't know. I'm very skeptical about this Juve side, but again, it's a side that can surprise you as well. On their day, they can have a fantastic way of playing football and beat teams. Of course they can. But when I look at their games, Club Brugge, they drew away from home. Their loss at home against Benfica, I really don't know. And listen, PSV have the opportunity to do something special here, man. They have the opportunity to do something special. Some of the young players have the opportunity to make a name for themselves in the Champions League. What a better way than to do it against the old lady, Juve. So I don't know, man. I feel like this might go into extra time. And if not decided in extra time, I think it might go to pens. So I'm slightly going to say PSV. Slightly. Moving on to the blue side of the draw. We got Monaco against Benfica. And I'm not going to lie, Monaco dropped off a little bit after, their good start against Barcelona in the Champions League. It's been kind of up and down, and they have, fair play to them, they have some very, again, talented young players in Akliouche, in Ben Seguir. They've got experience there in Zakaria. They've got experience in Minamino and Golovin, and they have a good mixture of, Wilfried Singo, the defender. They've got a good mixture of young and experienced. But sometimes that young spirit, is proven to be inexperienced in the Champions League, but they can be very, very exciting on their day. And I feel like this is going to be one of them high scoring games, like a 3-2 or 4-3 type of thing, because looking at the way Benfica played against Barcelona, I mean, that was probably the most entertaining game in the league phase this season. But then, like I said, in one of our match reactions, they blew the lead away. How on earth do you blow away a 2-1 lead? A 3-1 lead, a 4-2 lead? Not good enough. So they need to be careful, because if they blow leads like that against Monaco, it could prove to be costly. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Monaco, Benfica. I'm going to go Benfica just because they're on form. Then we've got Sporting against Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund, obviously, with a new head coach. It's not official yet, or by the time this comes out, it might be official. Niko Kovac is going to take over the reins at Borussia Dortmund at BVB. And I don't know, man. I don't really know what to expect from Dortmund, because, again, they're a team that are very up and down, just like Monaco. One day it's good, the next day is bad. One week is good, the next week is bad. So I don't know. It literally depends on the day. But you look at their squad, bro, it's a Champions League squad. It's a really good squad. I was going to say Mukoko, but he left. Girassi, Brand. They got the likes of Reina. Of course, they've got Adeyemi, who ends up staying at the club after, negotiations with Napoli and whatnot. So I can see something happening. Sporting, I don't know, man. Since the departure of Amorim, everything seems to have gone downhill, man. You know what I mean? And I don't think this tie against Dortmund is going to be helpful, because if you can lose away against Club Brugge, there's a problem. Do you know what I mean? And even on the last day, they had to scrape a draw against Bologna. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I think I'm going to go ahead with Dortmund here. Just because the new manager bounce might do something to them. Then we've got Bayern Munich against Celtic. And I won't lie, Bayern Munich caught life. Bayern München caught absolute life because they were meant to be in that bracket with Man City and Real Madrid. And I was certain that they were going to give Bayern Munich one of those two. So the fact that they got away in this draw with Celtic, they caught life, bruv. They caught life. And this makes them go to the other side of the draw on the blue side. And it's looking kind of good for them. I'm not going to lie. It's looking kind of good for them still. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Bayern Munich, man. Listen, Celtic brought Jota back to the club. But at the same time, they let go of somebody that I actually really rate. I like the player, Kyogo. He's a really good player. They let him go to Rennes. How? I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to try something different because he's been at the club for quite some time. And I'm a fan of Kyogo, so I wish him all the best when he starts playing for Rennes. However, they're up against Bayern Munich, man. And listen, Bayern Munich shouldn't have been in the playoff draw in the first place. The same way Real Madrid and Man City shouldn't have been in this playoff draw. The fact that Manchester City against Real Madrid is a playoff draw to qualify for the knockout stages of the Champions League is mad. I'm not gonna lie, that's mad. Same for Bayern Munich. They shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have been in this draw, bruv. They should have been qualified automatically. But then losses to losses to Aston Villa, losses to Barcelona, didn't make it easy for them. And company's been under the microscope a little bit in Germany. People are kind of thinking, is it really that guy? Now, listen, if he wins the league, cool. He'll be highly appreciated because they haven't won the league last season. So it will be highly appreciated if he does win the league. But bread and butter at Bayern Munich is the Champions League. You need to go to at least a semi-final. At least. So yeah, listen, Bayern Munich and their quality, I mean, Coleman, Musiala, Harry Kane, Thomas Müller, Goretzka, Joshua Kimmich, Michael Olise, Serge Gnabry, Leroy Sané. Bro, the list goes on and on and on, and they should have enough to beat Celtic. The away fixture is going to be a bit difficult, but the fact that they have the return fixture at home, Bayern Munich, is going to help massively. So I'm going to go ahead and say Bayern Munich are going to win this one. And last but not least, we have Feyenoord against AC Milan. And I'm going to go ahead straight away and say the result here, bruv. Feyenoord are going to win this, bruv. I believe Feyenoord are going to win this because, again, AC Milan, 1 week it's good, the next week it's bad. And in recent times, it hasn't really been the best. You know, draws here, last minute goes there. They just beat Parma 3-2. And when I say just, I mean literally by the skin of their teeth, won that game. Then there was a little argument at the end between the coach and one of his own players. I'm talking about Conceição and Calabria. I don't know. Then they lose, actually. They lose the game against Dinamo Zagreb on the last day of the league phase, but they were still through, kind of. And if Zagreb had scored another goal, I think they would have gone through and Sporting would have gone down or been eliminated. Bro, it's not going well at AC Milan at the moment. And reports are saying that the players are not happy with the harsh methods of Conceição. So that might cause more unrest in the dressing room. So all of that's going to take the focus away from what Conceição wants to do. And again, AC Milan have fantastic players. But again, 1 week it's good, the next week it's bad. You just don't know what you're going to get with AC Milan. With Milan, do you know what I mean? You just don't know. You just don't know what you're going to get with Milan. On the other hand, listen, Feyenoord, very, very exciting team. That tie at home is going to be electric. Ask Bayern Munich what happened to them when they went there. Got spanked 3-0. And I expect Feyenoord to do the absolute same to Milan. Bro, Milan are in for a surprise when they go to Feyenoord. Bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. They are in for the shock of their lives. Because at home, Feyenoord? Yeah, later. That's going to be difficult. So I'm saying, bro, even away, yeah, I can see Feyenoord doing something. I can see them doing something. So, listen, I'm going to go ahead and say Feyenoord, man. So, looking at the brackets now, yeah, I'm looking at the brackets, and I was talking about Bayern Munich earlier. Bro, Bayern Munich are on course, yeah. They could easily go to a semi-final because they're in a bracket with the likes of, they're on the same side with Arsenal, Inter Milan, Leverkusen, Atleti. I can see Bayern Munich go to the semi-finals. You know, quarterfinals should be a minimum. Do you know what I mean? Should be a minimum because they're on the same side with the likes of Celtic, Feyenoord, Milan, Dortmund, Sporting, Benfica, Monaco. Barcelona, well, Barcelona, if Bayern buck Barcelona in the semis, I think it might be done. But Bayern Munich are in a very, very good position. Very good position. But from the looks of it, bro, I can see maybe Aston Villa go to the quarterfinals. I can see Barcelona go to the final. And on the other hand, the other side, the silver side of it, boy, oh boy. The fact that either Real Madrid or Manchester City are going to get eliminated from the Champions League before the round of 16 is absolutely crazy, bro. And again, this side is heavy, bro. Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool. But is this Barcelona? Oh, okay. Yeah, I got this wrong. So the likes of Liverpool, Barcelona, they might be on either side. They might be on the silver side or the blue side. It's not that they're on one side. Okay, I get it now. Cool. I get it. So there'll be another draw, I guess, in it. Yeah, cool. I understand it now. But heavy hitters on the left side. Atalanta, PSG, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Juventus. It's looking very, very interesting, man. Very interesting. But listen, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this draw. And listen, I can only look forward to these games, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you made it till the end of this video, go in the comment section and type in UCL draw. Make sure you go ahead and type that in the comment section. So anyway, people, that was it from me. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.